Welcome to the White Jesus Show. I'm White Jesus. This week's show is brought to you by Bubble Wrap. Have you ever gotten a package and when you open it, its contents are all busted up? Spread the word. Bubble Wrap is here. Stop breaking your parents' hearts by sending them broken gifts at Christmas time. Bubble Wrap is a plastic sheet and it's got bubbles that are filled with air. Makes it's like a padding. They will always keep your packages safe. Also, bubble wrap can be used as a fidget item for folks with mild anxiety or just for bored people. You pop them and So, the next time you want to ship a fragile item and assure it's safe, or you just want to hear a cool popping noise, try bubble wrap. A lot of bubble wrap being used. A lot of bubble wrap being used around these times. Guys, I got a Christmas decor here. This is the Christmas episode. It's the Christmas special. My computer stopped working and I had to reinstall Windows and finally it's all good. I recovered most of my porn. So we got our Christmas special this week. Something that I noticed after doing it last week was that my new segment, Hey Kids, today's subject is, that was like a new segment I did last week. It's like the exact same segment as the word. It's pretty much the same freaking thing. I was trying to do something new and exciting, but I ended up pretty much doing a basic carbon copy of the word. So this week I'm going to be debuting a segment I call Kids. Today's word is, which I believe may be a ripoff of Pee Wee Herman, Mr. Pee Wee Herman. I feel like I have something else I'm not smoking. You would be right, White Jesus. You're not smoking me. I'm hearing what may be stupid static again. I hope not. Yes, the last week's show, the audio was a little fucked up again. Sorry. I wasn't hearing it through the cans. And then I heard it after the whole thing was done. And I can't really, redo a show, really. So, you got sound problems last week. Hopefully not this week. White Jesus asked Santa Claus for a new microphone. So I should be getting a new microphone for Christmas. If I've been a good boy, and I've been trying to be a good boy. That was the whole thing about Christmas. Your parents would use on you when Christmas came around. They'd be like, hey, Santa's coming soon. You don't want to be on the naughty list. Some kind of sick psychological torture the parents like to use on their kids. And it worked, man. It worked. They'd pull that out in July sometimes. Hell, maybe even in May. You start misbehaving in May. Hey, you better behave. You're going to be put on Santa's naughty list. You're not going to get your presents. It's psychological warfare on kids, and I'm not sure if it's okay or not. As long as everybody has fun and has a Merry Christmas. I don't know if this is racist, but I always get uneasy when I'm watching TV and Samuel L. Jackson comes on and asks me, what's in your wallet? You know, man? I jump a little bit and I'm like, whoa. About 250 Sam Jackson. So, Yeah, it's the holidays. We'll be talking about the holidays today. I do have a show planned for you. It's the White Jesus Show Christmas Special. A very special episode of White Jesus where White Jesus learns the true meaning of Christmas and the hurt of racism. We'll check out the hotline like we do every week, guys. We're going to have story time this week. I'm going to be talking about Santa Claus. If you don't know, he's that guy who's coming around soon to a roof near you. We're going to do that new segment, which was kind of like the word, plus that new thing that I did last week. I merged them, is what I did. It's called Kids. This week's subject is... Pick a subject, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I wonder how Canada gets down on Christmas. I bet they party. And we'll do the real news. See if maybe I can top that Kaepernick ice cream joke last week. I don't know how I did it, but I put it up as a single YouTube video. And if you were to search Colin Kaepernick ice cream, I'm like the third result. So that means everybody who looks at YouTube and searches for Colin Kaepernick ice cream is literally exposed to my show. And it's just a matter of time before Lauren Michaels sees me, gives me a job, or Norm Macdonald sues me. Oh, and the other thing I have written down here that we're going to do on the show is the wrap-up, which is just ending the show. That's all that is. Alrighty. Let's kick it off with the Disciple Hotline. Welcome to the Disciple Hotline. The hotline number is 954-580-FUNK. Give us a call here on the hotline, and we'll put your... what you do is you call up, you leave a voicemail, or you can text it, 954-580-FUNK. And let's say you leave a voicemail in there, right? I'll play it on the show, and then I'll interact with you. That seems fun, right? Anyways, we got one call into the hotline this week, and that is cool because he's the coolest dude. This is Billy, and couldn't be happier to have his voicemail here on the Christmas episode of the White Jesus Show. Here's Billy.
Whoop, 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 White Jesus, what's up, man? A whoop, 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 and a ho, ho, ho to you, buddy. Merry Christmas, White Jesus. Hey, what you been up to, man? Me, I just been, trucking, trucking while I can before a damn Mexican robot takes my damn job, Every Christmas, I go home and give the Rugrats some presents. Some stuff that Pappy gets while traveling the country.
You got 7
Maps,
kids.
Various beef jerkies. You know what I'm saying?
Beef jerky.
And I always go to visit a very special truck stop prostitute, Susie. Go over there with a little stocking stuffer. You know what I'm saying, White Jesus? Well, but man, I like making Christmas about family, White Jesus.
Yeah.
And truck stop prostitutes.
Okay.
That's the way I've always done it, man. And my daddy before me, and his daddy before him. Well, White Jesus, I love you, man. Have a Merry Christmas. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Obama out.
That was friend of the show, Billy. He's a truck driver. He's got several Rugrats at home. I think he said he was going to take him some beef jerky for Christmas. And he ended his call with a beautiful medley of Christmas music, Christmas songs, that he replaced every word with whoop, because that's what he says. He says whoop. Merry Christmas, Billy. You know, it's good that with all the truck driving and apparently all the truck stop ladies of the night that Billy spent a time with, that he can make it back home at Christmas to give his kids a good Christmas. You know, that's important, to give your kids a good Christmas. And Susie, the truck stop sex worker, well, ho, 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 indeed. And that's it for the Disciple Hotline this week. Thanks for calling, Billy. And you can call, and then talk to you. I would be shocked if somebody else besides Billy called the hotline, unless my stalker comes back. Merry Christmas, Billy. God bless you, redneck. And we're going to go ahead and transition to another part of the show. The refrigerator just made a noise. I think I might have a gozer.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
Anyway, y'all, that's the Disciple Hotline. I think we're going to go next to story time. Here's story time. Story time. Welcome to Story Time on this very special Christmas episode of the White Jesus Show. I'm going to be telling the story of Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Lots of people know about this character. And what I have for you tonight is the story of Santa Claus. Back in the day, people celebrated Christmas much like we do now, except there was no Santa Claus. People had their Christmas trees, exchanged wrapped gifts on Christmas Day. There was just no Santa Claus. Once upon a time, in an olden town named Pole, filled with mostly white people, the people there loved Christmas. There was a fella who lived in the town named Santos. Now, Santos was a ladies' man, and not very moral either. He would lie down with a lady even if she was married. And that's a sin. This scoundrel Santos had a very special, desirable member, and word traveled around the town. Soon he was sleeping with almost all the wives in town. It was Pole's dirty little secret. He had a certain strategy for cheating, because they didn't have Uber Cheats back then. Uber Cheats. Cheat on your wife with the push of a button. Santos would often climb down chimneys to get into the house. Plus, many of his ladies had a dirty chimney sweep fetish. And he was the best cheater in all the land. He had never gotten caught once. But that all changed one fateful night. One night, one of Santos' dirty little nymphos, Martha, arranged for him to come over. Her husband, Mark, was fast asleep in bed, so she asked him to go ahead and slide through the chimney. It was Christmas time, and there was a Christmas tree lighted up in the living room. She was going to meet him dressed up in an oversized red robe with white lining, and nothing else. So Santos entered Martha's chimney that night, if you know what I'm saying, and got down to business right next to the Christmas tree. That's despicable. Now, Martha thought her husband was passed out drunk off booze. He was not. He was just riding out some wicked psychedelic mushrooms, and he was just laying in bed in some other dimension. But he roused and started making his way downstairs in a trippy psychedelic haze. Santos was behind Martha, so he heard the footsteps first, because he was behind her. They both panicked. Santos pulled out of Martha and threw on the first piece of clothing he saw, the oversized red robe with white lining, with matching nightcap. Then Santos grabbed up all of his clothes and stuffed them underneath the robe. His socks were thrown clear during the dirty act of adultery, and one hung from an exposed nail over the fireplace. Martha just hid behind the Christmas tree, completely nude, of course. Now Mark, the husband, looked upon the odd scene before him. At this point, he was tripping crazy balls. He saw his beautiful Christmas tree. Mark loved Christmas. He also saw a fat man in a red and white robe, with one of the Christmas presents held in front of his crotch. Mark smiled, because he was super chillin', and said, "Hey, magical man, I love Christmas. Look at my tree, with the lights that look like stars, man. Oh, and if you think about it, and it's like a star, and then you think about the universe, it's crazy. I love you, man." Santos could easily tell this man was tripping balls, and he used that fact to his advantage. Santos said, "Yeah, I'm a magical Christmas man. I come down the chimney and leave gifts under the tree." Mark's eyes were filled with childlike joy and wonder. He looked at Santos and saw a big fat man with a white beard, because in Mark's particular psychedelic trip, everybody had white beards. "What's your name?" asked Mark. Santos replied, My name is Santa. Santa Claus, because he had claw marks on his face from Martha, from their ungodly coitus. Mark smiled. "Wow, so you come down the chimney and leave presents? Is that present for me?" Mark pointed at Santos's crotch. "Oh, no, this isn't for you. This is for your wife," replied a quick thinking Santos. Mark continued, "Oh, cool, man. Hey, where do you live?" North Pole, said Santos. Mark asked, "Well, how the hell do you get here from the North Pole?" Santos was trying to think quick on his feet. A sled, a flying one, powered by flying reindeers, replied Santos. Mark was shocked. "Oh my God, that's fucking crazy. This is the coolest thing ever, dude. Hey, what's with the sock over the fireplace?" And Santos thought quickly. I put presents in those too. Like tinier presents, and maybe some candy and nuts and shit." Mark sat down on the couch, taking in the fantastical story. "Well, Mr. Santa Claus, this all seems completely crazy, and I believe every single word of it." Santos sighed in relief. "So you give everyone in town presents on Christmas?" asked Mark. Santos thought for a second about how many women in town he was having affairs with, then replied, "Yeah, most everybody in town." And then Mark asked Santos, "Hey, do you want anything to eat, man, or drink?" Santos thought about it for a second. Do you have milk and cookies?" And that's why we leave milk and cookies for Santa today. And from that day forward, Santos used this Santa Claus routine to continue sleeping with all the ladies in town, and he started feeling guilty. Maybe it was wrong to sleep with all these men's wives. So Santos checked himself into sex addiction rehab and found Jesus. But he continued sliding down chimneys every Christmas, delivering presents to families he now needed to pay restitution to. The legend of Santa Claus took off like Justin Bieber, and soon word was all around and spreading every year. Sometimes on Christmas Eve, parents will play the role of Santa for the kids. Sometimes it may actually be a guy sneaking in and fucking your wife. Whatever your Santa Claus experience is, enjoy your Christmas, unless you're a Jew. Wait, well, I'm not saying that like Jews can't celebrate Christmas. I just mean like whatever you do, you know? Happy holidays from the White Jesus Show. All holidays. Jew holidays, Muslims, and the other ones. The Chinamen. I apologize. I don't think you're supposed to say Chinamen anymore. The Chinese. Whatever you are and whatever you celebrate, enjoy that. We can all enjoy our holidays together as well as differently. The more you know. And that was story time. Hey kids, this week's subject is Christmas. I wanted to wear a Santa hat for this, but my head's way too big. I forgot to get a big Santa hat. So we're just gonna leave this over there. Kids, this week's subject is Christmas. Hey kids, how you doing? Now, we are very inclusive here at the show, so happy holidays. You know, whichever one you do. I've always done Christmas myself, so that's mostly what I'm going to talk about. For most of my childhood, Christmas wasn't really religious. It was like Santa and flying reindeer, all that fucking shit. When we spent the holiday at my grandparents', we would go to Christmas service at the church. My fascination with Jesus wasn't until later in my life, but as a child, it was all about presents. Oh man, white Christmas memories. White Christmas memories. Getting up early and waking your parents up, looking to see what Santa left you. There's no better day for a kid. Growing up, certain Christmases stick out. I remember getting a Castle Grayskull one Christmas. That was my big gift. That's from the He-Man toy series. Not a gender identity He-Man. He was a big hero fella. There was a bad guy named Skeletor, and he was evil as shit, man. And Skeletor lived in Castle Grayskull, I think. Anyway, I got that one year. I think one year I got a Nintendo 64 that kicked ass. One year I got my dream bike, which I later injured my dick on. It was the Fusion 500. My parents always gave me a really special Christmas growing up, and being Santa for kids is like an amazing thing to do. I got to do it twice with an ex-girlfriend and her kids that I don't want to talk about. But like being Santa and being Santa for little kids is really cool. I wanted to share with you some of my Christmas memories. I remember one year in Kansas where I was doing 12 months at Leavenworth. We were all opening gifts, and my granny was there. And I remember my sister being so excited about her presents, and then my brother was so excited about his presents. I liked my present too.
Look at me! I got a remote control car that flips over.
Oh, Jamie, we love remote control cars.
Look over at me.
Best get to pass. Ever.
Oh, Doug.
Got nail clippers.
Don't you feel?
I'm happy.
I was very happy. My grandparents in Florida sent us presents that year, and I love my grandparents and always enjoyed their gifts. And I was missing them this Christmas out there in Kansas. And I remember one special present that my grandmother Bo got me.
What you got there, Doug?
It's cool. Okay.
Who's it from?
Yeah, it's from home back.
Wait a minute. Doug? That doesn't look like a boy's.
Mom!
The tag says to Doug.
I think that might be mine.
Who's that from?
Oh, I like it.
Oh, you were acting weird lately.
Oh, here's some brassiere.
That was a nice top. There was another Christmas where my brother and we were driving back from our grandparents' house, and we saw probably just about the funniest thing ever, man. I remember it just like it was yesterday.
Let's see what we got going on here. Holy God, what is Santa doing to Frosty?
Oh no!
Oh why? Oh no! No!
Oh God, that's horrible!
No!
Oh man!
Oh man!
That was one.
That was it, huh?
That was one insane car dealership. One year at a Christmas at my grandparents', I had busted a blood vessel in my eye, and I had a big red spot in my eye. And my grandparents, for a very short time, were worried that I was the Antichrist coming back on Jesus' birthday. I assured them that I was not.
Ah, yes.
Look at Doug's eye.
I can imagine that.
Doug. Ooh, evil.
So like Christmas time is great and is filled with great memories. So make new good memories this Christmas. Don't get yourself sad by thinking about good old memories. Remember, kind of like I said last week, it's more the holiday season. It's more of like the feeling that's in the air. There's a really nice feeling in the air. You know, people should try to keep that up past Christmas time. But they'll start tweeting bad stuff the day after Christmas. It's okay, we'll go on this ride, man. Everybody try to stay positive. So, shout out to you and your family on Christmas. Shout out to my family, my brother over there in California. I forgot why he went over there, man. Just like one day he split to California. I go, what are you doing, man? He said, I'm going to be in pictures. And I said, dude, there's no way you're going to be in pictures. Like, you're going to end up like managing an old folks home or something. And then he changed his tune. He was like, there's gold up there in them hills. I'm like, dude, that's a really old-timey thing to say, you know? But then he went out there to California, and I kept telling him, man. But anyway, now he's out there, and he's managing an old folks home. So he has the unique experience of making a lot of people's Christmas special. So shout out to that and that kind of job. To be of service is a good job. Some kind of service to another. In the end, we're just going to make it if we can treat everybody like we do around the holiday time. All year round. 3, 6, 5, which is how many days there are in a year. I don't know how you guys feel about Christmas lights, but I think they should be up all year round. I just realized this is the Christmas episode. It's the special Christmas episode. We should talk about Jesus. Christmas is actually the celebration, the birth of Jesus. Christ of Nazareth. And there's a whole way of life based upon his teachings, and that's an important thing. I have a lot of respect for it and love for it. Very big fan of Jesus. You know, I'm not religious per se. That's how they say. That's how they say purse in France. They go passe. I'm not religious per se, but I can also base some of my morality, the way I handle myself morally, on a way that somebody has taught in the past. Everything's learned. So, like, while I'm not a practicing religious man or a Christian, I am a follower of Jesus, if that makes any kind of sense at all. My relationship with Jesus is so personal that you don't really need to know anything else. It's just between me and him. And I think I think the Christmas holiday as a celebration of Jesus is a beautiful thing. I dig it. I'm into it. Still just kind of open to all interpretations of life as they come through to me, as I take them in my ear holes or eye holes. Until that day I check out. Who knows, man? I actually find it an odd spot to be in, religious-wise, because the white Jesus thing is just a nickname that Black Jesus gave me. It's a friend thing. That's how we started the show. But the respect I have for this Jesus, I mean absolutely no harm with the name of my show. And you know, I'll completely separate myself here. You know, my name's Doug, and I do a show called The White Jesus Show. It's a play on words, kind of. You'll get it if you go to episode 1. We've done a bunch of episodes now. You know, when we first started, it was me and Black Jesus just recording audio. I was just thinking about it. When it started, it was me and Black Jesus, and we were recording just audio. And when we started doing them, I never even wanted to do a video show. And then, like, just the way things happened, you know, it ended up being a video show. And now it's got cool little graphics and everything. So, I think this is episode 18. 18. The episode's 18. You can legally fuck my episode. You can legally fuck this episode of The White Jesus Show. Quick shout out to my pops on this Christmas episode. I love you, pops. Thank you for that bike. That was a great Christmas. I think I went from talking about Christmas to incoherent rambling. Not incoherent, but kind of stoned rambling. Late night Christmas time stoned rambling. You know, sometimes you just start talking. I talk to myself every week on this thing. It's like a little play I'm doing. Like, really everything I needed to learn to do this was probably in 3rd grade. Well, a very Merry Christmas to you, a very Happy Hanukkah, a very everything else to this holiday season. And kids, that was the word for today. Christmas and a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll go to the next thing. Welcome to the real news. I'm White Jesus, and here's a string of jokes. Our top story: the Cleveland Indians will change their name after this baseball season. Good move, Paleface. Honor the natives of this great land by taking away their baseball team. Let's just erase them from popular culture. Well, I guess we should all get ready for the Cleveland baseball team. I swear, man, we do this to them right after Thanksgiving. Like we just took away the Redskins from them. Now we're taking away the Indians. When will we stop taking things away from the natives? Our next story: undercover cops dressed as Santa Claus and his elf stop suspected car thieves. This was pretty cool. They had a clever plan where the elf would flash his badge and yell at them in an elf voice. And then once both men were down laughing, Santa would cuff them up. Dude, if you defund the police, they won't be able to afford those costumes. Our next story: diverse TV holiday season includes all Asian Lifetime movie. Go Asia. Although the TV holiday season is more diverse than ever, white liberal girls are saying there's too many white little people and are demanding midgets of color. White girls, man, you can't never make them happy. Then they're going to start hating on the midgets of color for some reason. Our next story: miracle dog survives being thrown off balcony. Well, I'll tell you what, this miracle dog may have survived this time, but if that fucking dog keeps barking, I'm taking it to the roof. Ooh, the show got real dark there for a second. It's like Criminal Minds or something. I'm devolving. Man with chainsaw robs McDonald's and chases workers. Damn. Donald Trump is not handling his loss well. Look at that. Not happy. Not happy. He can pardon himself. Pardon me. Pardon me. Our next story: Santa and Mrs. Claus expose kids to COVID-19 at an event. God, not at Christmas. In their defense, all the exposed kids were very naughty. You know, 2020 is a different kind of year. And this year, if you're on the naughty list, instead of getting coal, you might get COVID-19. You don't want COVID-19. That's been known to be fatal. Our next story: black man says trooper beat him with a flashlight. Reach for comment. The trooper stated, "Hey, at least I didn't shoot him." It's a real low bar. Real low bar we're setting for cops now. I don't even know if I should put that joke in there. Our next story: Christmas trees and lights selling out amid pandemic demand. Okay, I'm calling this out as fake news. These things always sell out. It's Christmas. They sell out every year. They just wanted like a fluff click piece that said pandemic and had the word amid in it. I see what you're doing, fake news. We're going to get smarter one day. Our next story: a nurse is suspended after TikTok bragging about breaking COVID-19 rules goes viral. This is horrible. She broke COVID-19 rules. She's a nurse. She bragged about it on TikTok. The good news is she did go viral. So good for her. Retards. Our next story: a city fined for hiring too many women. In an embarrassing twist, the city had to go into his wife's purse to cover the fee. He didn't have enough money. Matthew McConaughey laments cancel culture in the United States. Sounds like somebody's got a blackface video. You jump on it, Matthew. Jump on it, man. Get against cancel culture, man. Dude, I'll forgive you if you do a blackface video. You're Matthew McConaughey, man. You can do whatever you want to, man. Our next story. New York bans sale of hate symbols on state property. Alright, that seems to make sense. But bad news for Charlie's House of Swastikas. Charlie's going out of business, man. He don't know how to do anything but sell swastikas. Charlie's House of Swastikas, man. Not in New York. In more woman news, a woman accused of setting fire to the house and then running over her husband as he escaped. She tells her side. What was her side? He snores really loud. Snoring can be annoying. You would hope, that the lady you choose to lay next to would not set the house on fire and then try to run over you as you were escaping. I'm sorry for snoring, I really am. Don't kill me. And finally, fire kills 240,000 chickens at Florida farm. Reach for comment, the lone surviving chicken was asked why he crossed the road. The chicken replied, because of the fucking fire, guy. Don't give me any kind of why chicken crossing the road wisecrack kind of question. Fucking reporter. I know what you're getting at. Oh, why are you crossing the road? 'Cause you're a chicken, right? Why the chicken crossed the road? 'Cause of the fucking fire, dude. You smell all that chicken? That was my family. Do you know how many fucking chicken crossing the road jokes I've heard, guy? Why don't you go do some real reporting? Because of the fucking fire. Anyway, now we know why the chicken crossed the road in Florida. It's a good thing I don't do this this new segment with an audience anymore. Or a fake audience. Or co-hosts. Because some of these jokes are just little creations in my head. Yeah, honestly, I think about it, and I'm really just doing the show for myself and my brother. Because he lives in California, and he's really far away and stuff. And since I can't be around him, I do a weekly podcast, and hopefully he can download it and stuff so he can see what's going on in my life and catch up on the news. And that was the real news with White Jesus. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you do. The next thing's to show over. Oh crap, it's like 2 in the morning. Ooh, I got some fried chicken over there. We got some fried chicken. We're wrapping it up. This is the wrap up. This is called the wrap up because this is where we wrap up the show like a shiny Christmas gift under the Christmas tree on Christmas morning. Ooh, let's do some of that. Some ASMR. You want to do some ASMR? Have you ever heard of that stuff, man? Fucking ASMR or something, I think. Man, it's like some kind of like fetish where people get off on putting on like headphones, listening to people whisper on the other end. They're like, they'll be all like, hey, this is ASMR. ASMR sounds like ass play. ASMR sounds too close to ass play. ASMR might be ass play. I'm gonna figure out what ASMR means, and I'll talk about it on the next show maybe. Oh yeah, we're wrapping it up because it's getting late. Maybe you might be watching this in the morning and it's like not getting late at all. In that case, I hope you're having some delicious eggs or some cereal. That sounds like a good breakfast. Breakfast champions. Seriously, guys, thank you for listening. Remember always that white Jesus loves you. Merry Christmas. See you next week. Obama out.